Every 6 months, Bitcoin flashes a rare signal. This signal signifies the largest move of that time period, and we have a secret weapon to understand when it's going to happen next. However, there's a lot of theories out there with Bitcoin. There's a lot of theories of what's going to happen next. There's a lot of theories of where we are in our market cycle. And I've got substantial evidence to suggest that the majority of people could really miss the boat on this next major move that happens every 6 months, right on schedule. If you're new here, my name is Steve. Welcome in. On this channel, we do it different. We stand out from the crowd and we talk about just the cold hard facts in the charts. Hit that subscribe button right now. You're going to love it here, and let's jump straight into it. What I want you to do is notice we're on the weekly chart. We're on the Bitcoin US dollar index. You can pull up the chart precisely as we have it and follow along at home. We have a green line and a red line. Not to worry about that. That's the golden cross, death cross. It's a custom indicator. All of my students have this for free inside of the FFA. Now, we are not going to discuss the red and green line. However, what we're going to really discuss is this red line, which is the 200-week moving average in the critical support that we're holding on that 200-week moving average, but we're on a little bit of thin ice. We're also going to discuss in the middle of our screen what's really happening with the RSI and what clues the RSI is giving us about this move that Bitcoin makes every 6 months. And then the granddaddy of everything. At the bottom of our screen is where the magic happens. That's the stochastic RSI. Keep in mind, we're on the weekly chart, and every 6 months, we have a stochastic RSI cross up, which is the turning point in every market cycle that we've seen in many, many years. And it's been happening on schedule, precisely every 6 months for the past multiple years. And we're getting close to the next one. We're going to talk about when we believe that's going to be, what we believe is going to happen with price action, and we've got to start with the top, with the price action. So as we zoom into this, what I want you to notice is just this red line, the 200-week moving average. And we are holding critical support as we speak on this 200-week moving average. But it wasn't always the case, right? For the whole history of Bitcoin in every single market cycle, including every bear market we've had, we've held critical support on this 200-week moving average. It was the granddaddy of all moving averages that helped us determine the Bitcoin price. Most recently was the only time in the history of Bitcoin that we've fallen below the 200-week moving average. Why is that important? Well, if you hold something as critical support for a decade and then you break it, that's substantial. However, when you look and study the facts in the charts, this rally that we had in the bull was a double top. When we had this double top, it prevented Bitcoin from having a normal rally relative to the normalcy of our prior cycles. However, when you study the charts deeper, you understand that we weren't supposed to have a large rally in the last one. Based on the 5.3 theory, we have diminishing returns by a factor of 5.3. So because our rally wasn't as high, our crash was a normal crash, but it wasn't as powerful. But that power actually brought us through the 200-week moving average just because the price action didn't rally that high. So when we had a normal crash, it brought us below this level that we hadn't seen in a decade. So case in point, we have diminishing returns by a factor of 5.3. This is not a large concern that we fell below this line. I said it the whole time, and now we're back above this line as of March 13th was our breakthrough candle. Our confirmation candle was on March 20th, and since then we've been holding it as support. But are we going to break down through here? Is Bitcoin's next major move going to be a crash? Are there some signals in the RSI and the stochastic RSI that will pay dividends for us in the future to make better, sound decisions? Well, let's break it down. Right now, as we speak, this red line, the 200-week moving average, is at roughly 26K. Now, we talked about 26K, we talked about 25K, more importantly in other videos. Those levels are substantial and we don't want to play with them, right? If we do, it tells us a large warning about what's coming around the corner. So far, we've been playing nice with these levels. So we want to continue to hold that, right? If we look at the RSI, we can see that we had this, well, a few things happen. For a couple years, we were in this downtrending line, right? Where we're continuing to make a high, a lower high, another lower high, another lower high, another lower high. And then we had our bullish divergence forming where the RSI was going up, price action was going down. We called it out on this channel many, many times in every video. Hey, we've got this bullish divergence. This is nothing to play with. It was not forming over 1 or 2 days or a week. It was forming over multiple months. That's not something to mess with. And we said that we wouldn't be surprised if we rallied all the way up to this red line, which we did. Then we were met with some resistance. Now, during that point of resistance, we had a double top in the RSI at precisely 59. Okay, we had a top number 1 here in the end of January, and then several weeks later in the middle of February, another double top. The good news for us is we also had a double bottom. We followed our double top with a double bottom. A double bottom is a reversal pattern to the upside, and that's when we finally broke through. And we were confirming as support with this candle on April 17th. You can see holding support here and confirming support on what used to be our double top. Those were good signs. However, what followed was a breakthrough of here. Now, at the breakthrough, we are still holding support. So we've got a little bit of trouble in the RSI. However, price action is king, and price action is still holding strong at the 200-week moving average. Then we go to the bottom of our chart. We have 4 circles on our chart. The first one is in July 2021. That's when we had our first stochastic RSI cross up, right? And you can see what happened to price action. We went from about 30,000 up to 69. And it happened precisely at the stochastic RSI cross. Coincidence? No, there are no coincidences in the chart. Men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. Stochastic RSI on a weekly is nothing to play with. It's a major momentum shift in the market. All right. So July 2021, 6 months later, here we are, January 2022. We had another stochastic RSI cross. It took us from a Bitcoin price of about 30K up to about 48K. Now, just like the stochastic RSI cross up predicted a large move coming, the stochastic RSI cross down predicted the same thing. Right? We were at 48K. We had a stochastic RSI cross down. Now, the game is simple when you make it simple. You can put all sorts of stuff on your chart. You can put bells, whistles, circles. You could put all sorts of fib things. You can put moving average, trend lines. You could put chart patterns. You can put formations, or you can keep it simple. The stochastic RSI is predicting Bitcoin's major moves. Again, we had this one in January 2022. Fast forward 6 months, June 2022, yet another stochastic RSI cross up. And then the next one, November 2022, another stochastic RSI cross up. The cool thing about this one is it happened precisely at the same time that we had bullish divergence, and you saw the price action when we had this cross was at roughly 16K. The key is you want a stochastic RSI cross up above the 20. You want to have the stochastic RSI below 20, have a cross, and then have a cross above the 20. You want those things to be true. If you have a stochastic RSI cross at roughly 50, it's irrelevant. It's not as powerful. You can pay attention to it, but it doesn't hold as much weight. It doesn't hold nearly as much weight as a traditional stochastic RSI cross, which, by the way, has been happening on schedule every 6 months for the past several years. And we are right on schedule. We covered this several weeks ago to get everybody ready for the stochastic RSI cross that's coming, and we're getting closer and closer. What you want to see, again, is for the stochastic RSI, fast line and slow line, to get below the 20. Right now, we have the fast line getting right up here to this 20 level. We're going to have to see in the coming weeks. We want the blue line and the orange line below this 20 level, and then to have a cross up. Now, what would that signify? That would signify the next major move. Now, again, what I see happening in the comments is more and more and more in every video I make. Steve, I'll see you at 11K. Steve, I'll see you at 10K. Steve, we're going to 9K. I hate to break it to you. And these kind of comments, a lot of people are joining forces, and there's a lot more of this rhetoric going on, which is fine. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but charts don't lie. And what we see happening in Bitcoin is Bitcoin usually surprises everybody. What everybody thinks is going to happen, Bitcoin will do the opposite. And if everyone's waiting for those prices, it's probably not going to happen. And also, there's another group of people that are waiting for, Bitcoin 60, 70, 80, 90, 100K. And I don't believe that's going to happen either. I think both majorities of folks are going to be wrong. Now, this is not a video to say, Steve is right and everyone's wrong. Who cares? This is a video to say, let's look at the facts. Let's take a step back. Let's look at the big picture, and let's make a sound decision based on pure facts. That's what this video is about. It's not about the other YouTubers are wrong. I don't care what everyone else is doing on YouTube. I literally watch 0 humans on YouTube on purpose. I don't want to be influenced in one way or another. I know there's some phenomenal YouTubers that cover the charts. I just don't want to be influenced. I want every opinion to be 1000% mine. I want to study the charts that I actually like. I don't want to be influenced with any other patterns or any other charts. I cover these charts that I show you here. They're the ones that I've been covering for 6 years here. We cover the same charts, and that's why it's led us to great success with predicting large moves. We're focused and we're mainly known for these large moves. We're probably more known for our courses, but on YouTube, we talk about the large moves and we actually help people. That's what we do in a nutshell. So this stochastic RSI, I will tell you again, it's nothing to play with. You want to pay attention. Now, what could happen is we head down here below the 20 level and we spend months below. That could happen as well, but the facts are going to be in the charts. We don't know when we're going to have a stochastic RSI cross. What we do know is we've had one on schedule every 6 months, and if we take the most recent one from about just the beginning of December, we're right here. I mean, we're getting real close. We're getting, it looks like it could be within a few weeks away is what looks like is a probable outcome. Now, could we spend multiple months more down below here? Absolutely. But it's going to be inside the charts that dictate that. One thing that I want to see happen is if Bitcoin could hold support at this 25, 26K area and have a stochastic RSI cross above the 20, that is a sign of true strength in this first phase of the bull run. Now, will this propel Bitcoin double the price, up to 50-something thousand? No, that's highly unlikely. This is phase 1 of the bull, and phase 1 of the bull is very boring. I told you, it's probably 6 weeks ago that, hey, the next 1 to 200 days could be very boring, and we may have already seen the top at 31K, and we could go sideways for literally 150 days. And when I said that, there was a lot of people that are like, wow, how is this phase 1 of the bull? If you study the markets like I do, every phase 1 of the bull was boring and methodical like this, but that's a good sign. It builds healthy market structure for the next leg of the bull. And without the healthy market structure, we have no bull. It's literally that simple. So here we are, we're probably 50 days since I had that prediction of the next 150 days. We could have the next 100 days be just as boring as Bitcoin has been the last 50 days. And that would be par for the course. That's what we've done in every healthy phase 1 of the bull. But again, it comes down to the stochastic RSI cross. And that is what we're going to be looking at. That's what I want you to look at. So mark this down, the 200-week moving average and the weekly stochastic RSI cross. Watch it like a hawk, and we'll give you the updates as soon as they're breaking right here on this channel. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you right back here in the next video. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs.